it. Holy cow. We're going to do it. Welcome to another episode of The People's Mic. I am Jimmy Peoples. Introduce yourself.
My name is StephenHenry. I'm a comic from Tampa Bay, Florida. I run a podcast called How to Die Alone.
How to Die Alone. How sad is that shit? God damn. How long have you been doing that?
We've been doing it. We started December 4th of last year.
Way better
so
production than this, right?
It's audio only.
Yeah, audio only.
Which is better for me.
Really?
I look better on audio.
You need that, though. People want to see it, right?
Yeah.
It's only setting up a camera. That's it. That's live on YouTube. That's, you know? And then that's the easy part. I like doing that because I can do that live and let it go. You know, eventually I'll do the production, but the audio, I gotta edit the audio, and then somebody's gotta, it's a lot.
Right.
It's a lot.
Unfortunately, I also am in that role where I have to edit my own audio and shit.
No, somebody does this for me. If the audio didn't get done, I would never do it. It would, and it's not that hard. It's just cutting a couple parts, but it's just doing it.
Yeah, cutting a couple parts and then mixing and whatnot.
Yeah, mix it down.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Tell me your origin story. How'd you get into comedy? How'd you get here?
So I got into comedy. I had gone to a number of shows at my home club in Tampa, which is Side Splitters Comedy Club.
Yeah.
And then I'd seen a bunch of shows there that were really interesting.
Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I seen a couple shows, and I really connected with one of the guys. Like, I talked to him after the shows a couple times. I never really told him I wanted to do comedy. But then, I've been into this stuff since I was probably 8.
Yeah.
And then just went to the first couple open mics I could. Not at the club. I know a lot of people when they start at the club. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I don't want to start at the club and then always have to work back from that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I was like, I'll start at one of these like breweries or something and just work to the club as a goal.
Oh, Tampa. How's life in Tampa? I think I grew up in Tampa. Either Tampa or Orlando.
You think you grew up?
I can't remember. Both of those places are stories of my life when I was a kid. Like when I was like 5.
Yeah.
Tampa, Florida, and Orlando. I think it was Tampa. Pretty sure it was Tampa.
Yeah, I lived in that area since I was about.
Is that close? Is Tampa close to Orlando?
It's about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those places.
Everyone just thinks it was just some big, like marshy swamp shithole, but like there's some decent stuff.
Oh,
in
it's
Florida.
not, is it?
No. I'm saying like everyone outside of Florida just thinks that Florida is like, like there's the alligator part and the beach part, but like there's
Sadra. Mother.
What's going on, man?
How's it going,
Sadra?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. I like the rain in Florida. It's a weird like sun rain, right?
Yeah.
It rains when the sun's out. That's the weirdest shit. Like what do you call?
And it only rained for like 5 minutes.
Real quick. It's like, no, we need to rain real quick. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Introduce yourself.
Hello, folks. Sadra. Azzizi. I jogged because I timed it so I would get here, but then the subway left right as I got down the stairs. So
You didn't time it right. You didn't time it right.
Well, I was also.
I feel like you look like a cartoon character if you ran through the streets.
That's the goal.
Just your hair bouncing.
I figure if I could get voiceover work for a cartoon character, I should look like one.
You should.
First.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, boom.
Dress for the role you want.
Yeah. That's right. Exactly. Dress for the job you want.
Oh man, he's from Tampa. He's from Iowa.
I'm not from Iowa. I work there.
Oh, you're from Iowa.
But I'm from upstate New York.
Fuck. So then you moved to Iowa for a job?
No. So I technically haven't moved there. I'm from upstate New York. I moved down here in August, and I started working there in July, and I just go back and forth every couple of weeks. So, and I'm just out of a hotel when I'm there, so I'm not really.
Fuck.
Kind of.
So you're not even like. You're not gonna get a house there?
I don't think so. I mean, the company pays for the hotel. I'm getting the points, so why I get a free breakfast.
It's a good life.
I don't cook.
That's a good life. That's a good fucking
Someone cleans the place every day.
God damn. God damn. Can you guess what he does?
I have no idea.
Assassin. Sounds like an assassin.
Top tier assassin.
Pretty much. There's a pun in there. There's a pun.
Oh, hey.
An assassin.
Yeah, I'm actually an ass doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, proctologist.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, technically, it's a gastroenterologist, so I do a little bit of proctology, I suppose, but yeah, it's technically gastro, so it's GI. Yeah.
Nice. And what do you do?
I'm a data analyst.
Data analyst. Wow.
It's very
numbers.
exciting.
Yeah, the balls. Shit. Wow.
A lot of math up here.
Fuck, you guys got real jobs. Shit. I feel like your brains are up here. I'm like, man, look at you guys thinking and shit.
I debated that, though, as far as like, actually, I talked about this on my podcast recently about when you think about,
podcast, right? It's pretty fucking.
you still got to come on sometime.
Yeah.
But I was talking about how, like, with athletes, I had this impression that, like, you would always think of athletes as, like, jocks slash meatheads slash not very intelligent, quote unquote, not doing good in school.
Old athletes.
What, old athletes?
The old ones.
Oh, the old ones, sure. Actually, yeah, typically, especially new age athletes, you don't hear that as much, but I definitely remember as a kid having that be like a stereotype.
Yeah.
So I remember.
I mean, Floyd Mayweather's pulling those numbers down.
Well,
but he's a great businessman, though.
And a great boxer. But
not only that, like, yeah, it's. I don't care if you can read or write, but if you can do something extremely well, which he can, that requires some level of intelligence.
Absolutely.
You can't just like willy nilly be an undefeated.
No. He's
I
just
almost
not.
said heavyweight.
Yeah. Comes from work, and he's brilliant at his thing.
But it's not just hard work though, because there's a bunch of hardworking white guys that aren't in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But like I remember trying out for cornerback in high school for football, and like ball snaps, and I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm a smart kid, but when I was like, run, pass, cut this guy, I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. So like, that requires a special level of intelligence that's different from comedy, that's different from doctor, data analyst, whatever.
I was a cornerback and a wide receiver. I only had 3 years of high school, so I had to learn that shit so fast.
Right, so you would be smarter than me. So
in that.
That's what I'm saying. The intelligence is different to different people.
yeah, but all those athletes need colonoscopies eventually.
Absolutely. It all comes
But
back
they won't all
around.
get it from me. But there is only one Derek Jeter. It's like,
Wow.
That's
Is there like a Derek Jeter of the colonoscopy
I'm sure there
world?
is. I'm sure there is. But
A guy just rocking those asses out the I had to put it in.
I doubt he's doing as well as Derek Jeter in life. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
It's good money, right?
In GI, you mean?
Yeah. Who gets more money, you or anesthesiologist?
Honestly, you could go by like the statistics that they publish, like national averages, but I don't really know how to read into that because any job offer I've gotten has always been above that average. And on top of that, it doesn't matter which specialty you're in. If you're business savvy, like all these other things we're talking about, if you're good at certain other things that you can incorporate into that craft, whatever it is, in this case being a doctor, you can become a millionaire doing anything.
Absolutely. You can flip it. You still got to be a hustler, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Shit.
But then there's the quote lazy or too shy, timid type doctors that just want like the easiest, cushiest job, and they'll make less than $100,000 a year in some cases. In some parts of the country you go to, supply and demand. That's why I'm in Iowa. The supply and demand is much better out there.
You can't be shy and work on GI. Like you got to get in there.
Get up those butts. Open those cheeks up, baby.
You make a good point.
There's a lot of ass in Iowa. You gotta go with it. We could do this all day.
I wish that worked for stand-up, just like all puns, but I think that's
it's there.
maybe for certain crowds, but like I can't create a career out of a pun.
It's gonna be a rough market to work though. All that corn, man. Like Jesus.
Actually, they're more pork than corn.
Okay.
Big pork eaters out there. So I'm constantly fishing pork out of their throats. Like they're constantly coming in with pork sandwiches, stuck, sausage. Yeah, last week actually when I was there, I just got back this past Monday, but the week leading up to that, it felt like almost every day, and in some cases 2 to 3 times a day, I was getting called for something fucking stuck that they ate. Yeah.
So you gotta go in the throat.
Yeah, so I gotta go in there, put them to sleep at the anesthesiologist, and then I take the scope. It's about as thick as my finger, and I shove it down, and I find it, and I gotta push it down into the stomach. Hopefully, there's no like stricture or ulcer beneath it where it can't push it down, and then it's harder to like fish out piece by piece, which takes forever, especially chicken. Chicken's the worst.
Fucking chicken.
Yeah, pork's pretty bad too. But luckily, in most cases, I'm able to just gently push it down into the stomach, and then it does its thing.
So when they get the pork jam, do you just like slyly pass them a Torah? Just so you know.
Like, hey,
I don't want to see
on
you
your way
again.
out, I'm prescribing you 1 chapter a day.
Jewish?
No.
I'm about to say, Jews just slide their way into this fucking podcast. How does that happen? I gotta start screening people. Fuck.
You're gonna put that on your list, like any Jews go at the end of the mic.
What's your religious beliefs? Come on, man. Fuck.
Or you just start doing it by name.
Yeah, hell
Steens
yeah.
or
Yeah.
Levi's.
I don't know. Roche might be Jewish, right?
Where's Roche? Oh, Chris Roche. Yeah, it's one of those. I'm not sure.
Lands is Italian. Seek Pavlovic. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
What is your podcast about?
My podcast, the whole point is just supposed to be kind of similar to this, like comics just sitting around a table. What I try to have it be is like, you know how you're at the back of the room during the show or like during an open mic and you're just kind of bullshitting with each other.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
back of the room. Yeah.
So you're doing this at an open mic?
No. We've done it live a couple times.
Like, how
with
dare
an audience. No, we've done it live a couple times. We have done it before an open mic, so thank you for that. But
you're welcome. Fuck.
That's about it. I mean,
are you like watching actual open mic sets on YouTube or something while you're doing it? Or?
No.
Or that's just the vibe of it.
It's just the vibe of it, you know, like because what we do.
Just comedians talking shit in the back of the room.
Yeah. Because like
that's good.
So like one of the first places we started was it was like this brewery in Florida, like the Tampa area, and they just had like this big patio where all the comics hang out.
Yeah.
We would just sit out there and just bullshit with each other, and like people just come in, come out, and so like that's kind of what we did is we just took that we're just riffing, like just bullshitting about
just
whatever.
Organic. Yeah.
But
and you should.
That's the best content.
Yeah.
Organic riffing.
Fuck, what is yours about?
Same actually.
That's all.
We're actually on the same podcast.
That's all it needs to be. Oh, fuck.
No, I'm kidding.
Solid format.
Yeah.
No format.
Just be organic. No format. And people are like, I hate when they say, "What is it about?" What? Shut up.
Yeah. Every time any comic I've asked to be on the podcast, the first thing they ask me, "So what's it about?" I want to be prepared.
No, it's just organic. We're just talking.
I just want to make this about you, promote your stuff, and then one conversation will lead to the other, and then we'll end it off. You know? Yeah. So.
I don't know what that.
And then
I don't know why that annoys me so much. Like it has to be about.
But you
like,
get what
what are your favorite podcasts about? It's just people ranting, right?
Well, I'm sure what drew you to a podcast was that they offered a particular spin that they could sell to you. Like, this is a history podcast. This is a technical podcast.
And I don't listen to those.
The craziest to me is just the solo person podcast. I don't know how anyone does that or listens to that.
I can do that, and I plan to do that. That was my initial plan. Yeah. My first couple episodes actually was just me just talking to the And
I tried just talking to the room. I was like, I don't.
So this is the most interesting thing to me because before I started meeting other people and seeing how other podcasts look,
I didn't know who you were. I was like, "You're a comic?
Yeah, you just have to.
You're back?
Let the dog piddle.
Just a fan of live podcast.
Got the dog! We got another girl that brings a dog.
That's why I told her she should be okay to bring it. But yeah, you had a dog, you said, right?
Yeah, I forgot her name. Gladys.
Yeah, she loves dogs.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I had no idea that. I guess I have this special skill of just talking to myself. It's a husky wolf.
Kid.
That's adorable.
Is it a real wolf?
Husky wolf.
Shut the fuck up. Of course you have a wolf. I hate you so much.
It's not mine.
You have 8 of those? He said you had 8 dogs?
I have 8 dogs, but now I have 10 because I've heard her sister.
Shut the fuck
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to grow up to be a monster.
That's awesome. I love dogs.
Looks like a plush right now.
Yeah, every kid.
You just say wolf. If anything that has part wolf in it, you just say it's a wolf. You say, yeah, I got a fucking wolf. I don't care if it's husky, wolf, and what's the little one?
Pomeranian.
The Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Wolf and Chihuahua. It's a wolf. It's a wolf.
Well, I'm scared shitless of wolves, so I'm just like, she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go pet wild wolves. I'm like, yo, I'm not coming to that. It's not for me.
You have fun.
Yeah, right.
Come back in one piece. But yeah, I had no idea. I guess I have this special skill to like talk to myself for hours because I'm meeting so many people. And they're like, I don't know how to do that, or I have to have a guest, or so like I don't know what's so weird about me that I can do that. But yeah,
I've seen a lot of that on the subway. People talking themselves.
But see, I think that's a different level of thing.
They're not doing it for an audience.
That's a good part. You just sit down and talk to crazy people.
Just hold your phone up to
them. So what'd you do today? Man, I was digging shit out my ass. And then I just wiped it on the wall. And I just wiped it.
Yeah, those kinds of conversations don't belong on a podcast.
But people would listen to it. That's some crazy.
I'm sure there's an audience for everybody.
Crazy
so,
people.
Yeah.
Nobody told I see the people who stop and try to talk to the homeless people and then try to like bond with them.
Oh, really?
So try to help them. And I was like, I want to take that conversation. Like, like yeah.
You should point like a boom mic in their direction.
Next time I walk by, it's always in Newark. In Newark, there's one guy, and people just stop to like get his view on the day, and I'm like, what?
Just call it the No Eye Contact Podcast.
No,
maybe he's just that high that he's willing to have that conversation.
I hate the way he asks for money because he does it like a sniper.
Oh, it's always the same one?
It's always the same guy.
Okay.
Or as you're walking by, he's like, bro, you got $1, nickel, quarter, dollar, nickel, quarter. I was like, are you talking to me? Or you just saying it out loud just in case and I'll forget and be like, hey, I do got $1.
I like that the order's off. Like he'll take a nickel after $1.
Yeah.
It's like the quarter's too big.
And I hate that I know his line. You got $1, nickel,
maybe he's baiting you. Like if he goes high with the $1, he'll get the nickel out of it. That's a smart guy.
I hate him so.
That's probably why you hate him. You're like, why are you so smart?
There's a handful of homeless people I see on the way home. There's a guy who has like that arched back that can't stand up straight, and so he's super low. And he's like, anybody got $1? Anybody got $1? And it was like, fuck.
What does he walk around with?
He doesn't even have a cane. He just has like a.
No, what does he walk around with to collect these dollars? Like a cup or just in his hand?
Just in his hand.
Weird.
There's another guy. He whispers. He's like, "Do you have 2 quarters? Do you have 2 quarters?" I was like,
maybe he lost his voice.
I hate you so much.
Well, maybe he doesn't have a voice box.
And then he'll sit there, and you know he's about to ask you because I see him almost every day, and he goes,
"Why don't you take a new way home?"
No, I'm not taking him home. He's a killer.
No, you should take a new way home.
It's my only. It's the library. Yeah.
You can't go into like
gonna get off on a different stop.
Yeah, no, I'm on like no. Fuck.
Or start bringing like a ski mask.
Like, you've ruined Union for me. I
I
can't
try not to make eye contact, but I feel like this kid's gonna save my life one day. Like one day, something's gonna happen. And he's gonna be like, "Hey, you need some help?" I'm like, "Fucking this fucking kid."
You're gonna slip, almost fall in the tracks, and he'll pull you.
Yeah, he'll do something crazy and be like, I can help you.
Well, best of luck with that.
You won't even hear him coming. He's that silent.
Yeah. Hey, maybe he's testing you for something.
I think he's a cop too.
That's the thing.
I think he's like because the cops never bother him, and I was like,
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could put a face to the name, but
no, he's in Jersey. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Fuck. Have you started watching the new Twilight Zone?
No.
We've been talking about Jordan Peele all week and Us, and he is. Was Hitchcock Twilight? No, Hitchcock was.
Don't think so.
No,
Rod Serling's Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. So Jordan Peele is the new voice in Twilight Zone.
Nice.
So and the first one is about comedians and Camille Nanjiani.
So is it a serious Twilight Zone or is it like a comedic?
Well, I mean,
the
Twilight
first
Zone's
one
always
is
been
just
tongue-in-cheek.
called The Comedian, but I think it's serious.
Okay.
It's the same Twilight Zone thing.
I never watched the old one, so
It's just about a comedian who every time he does a good bit, whoever he does the bit about disappears.
So it's not based in reality. It's like it's like a conspiracy theory show. It's like
yeah, it's just like if I did a shitty bit on him and then he would disappear, like I murdered him through my bit, and then he realizes he has this power.
Gotcha.
It's pretty good.
Like a story-based thing.
Yeah,
I might check out an episode.
I'll check out that episode because it's about comedians,
and
then that's it. I don't think I'm gonna.
What is that? Netflix?
It's on CBS.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody watches CBS.
Yeah. So good luck.
I'm actually
nobody under 60.
I did extra work on 2 shows on CBS. That's the only reason. Yeah,
nice.
I was on the first 12 seconds of the first episode of FBI.
The hell is FBI?
FBI is
never
the
heard
Law
of
and Order
this show.
SVU spinoff.
Yeah, I figured it's one of those SVU.
Yeah, one of those. Like it's
Law
but
and
about the
Order.
FBI.
Yeah.
And the lady comes in the room, and I guess a whole bunch of people just died, and we're supposed to be talking shit about her. And then I just look up, and I was really telling a joke to the person, And I look up and I'm laughing. I get serious. I'm
They
like,
didn't cut that?
They didn't even cut it. They left it. That's how you know it's a shitty
You
pilot.
should find that clip, put it on YouTube.
Oh man. And I'm just looking up. I'm like, oh man. But it fit. It fit so perfect because we were supposed to be talking shit.
Yeah, okay.
And then my stupid ass face is the first face you see in the office. So good luck with that.
That's why they asked you to come back, right?
Yeah, they keep I'm not a feature background, but I'm like in the
Does
office.
that ever lead to anything? Being an extra? Like, hey, you did such a
A
good
friend
job
of mine
extraing.
became he was featured background in and he's a comedian. He's a big Kev. He was in Power. He was one of the guys that just opened doors for Ghost, I guess, when they came into their drug spot, and then they were like, "Hey, go get us a hamburger," and then eventually he got mine.
Interesting.
He was like, "Yeah, okay," and then he was just eating burgers behind him, and then just became a driver, and then he's on the show.
Yeah, get your hustle on.
Yeah,
That's,
so
it works.
the dream is to be in the right place, you know.
I like the job that you assume in the feature background role is just as shitty as a job you would have on production.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like opening doors and stuff.
Because when
like
when
feature
they're
backgrounds, the guy
casting
putting
people,
the cream
they cast
cheese on the
people who
bagels.
have that experience.
Yeah.
You know, and he was a security guard. I saw him like 2 weeks before, and he was doing security at some club, and he was looking sad, and he was like, "Man, I don't know if this shit's gonna pan out. I can't do comedy. I'm always on set, and they're not gonna give me lines." And then 2 weeks later, they gave him a line, and he just blew the fuck up.
I think that's how Terry Crews got his start on Friday.
I would just love if there was a show that was just about a door guy. Like if it was just like a sitcom.
Just a good fuck.
Like everybody loves Doorman.
Yeah. They interact with so many interesting people. It's like you could probably make a show around that.
Yeah. He's just standing at the door smoking a cigarette. It's like
with
the things I've seen in this town.
Flashbacks to like some crazy
with the right writers, you can.
Yeah, because I think the complicated part would be trying to figure out a way to have the story carry, because otherwise you can't like leave this post. Yeah. So it's like how are you supposed to go on an adventure, solve a problem?
But they make them do stuff. We're gonna write it right now. the doorman. Yeah, shit. What else is going on? How do you feel about New York?
Oh, I love New York. It's a great place.
Yeah.
I hate driving, so this is a great place to be.
Yes. Hate driving.
I love driving.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
absolutely.
man, I can't stand it.
I used to drive a luxury cab in Alpine, New Jersey, and just
liked it.
I love it. I got stories from there. I used to drive around.
Do you like the gloves and everything?
Nanny. I wasn't a glove man. I was in the middle from being
the hat,
the taxi, and the luxury. No, I was just black shirt guy. So
it was like your own
and
private thing, or it was part of like a...
No, it was a guy who had a business.
Oh, okay.
He was like just a Craigslist ad I applied to.
Gotcha.
Needed a gig, and it turned out to be pretty cool. He had a bunch of cars that he couldn't find drivers for, and just a young kid who started his own business, and he just drove around celebrity help.
Just for celebrities?
No, it was wealthy people.
Oh, okay. Well,
but a few celebrities, like Oprah, just moved into that neighborhood.
So you had like regular clients, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I drove Girl Talk, DJ.
Oh yeah, you told us about that.
Yeah, that's fucking guy. I was driving. He was like, "Yeah, you should listen to this DJ Girl Talk," and I just took him to the airport.
Girl Talk told him that.
Yeah, and then I picked him up, and then when I looked to see the picture, I was like, "Oh, this fucking guy," because I used to be on radio, so I was like, "I'll check out this music," and it was just sitting in the back.
It's smart.
It's cool.
Smart. How long have you been up here from before then?
I'm only visiting. I'm here for the week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. How'd you know about this mic?
Because it's huge.
Well, I came here last year and free mics. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's the wrong answer. That's the wrong answer. He said I came for
worldwide.
The credits.
Spreading on YouTube.
I came for the credits.
I mean, everyone knows about People's Money.
Yeah, of course. That's what we tell Jimmy.
Yeah, wait till next year. Yeah, I'm delusional. Like this shit. Wait till we get to 500. It's gonna be huge.
I was gonna say, but I'm impressed you're at 300. What is this? 300.
Don't look at the numbers.
Yeah.
314 shitty episodes. I'm just plowing through this bullshit.
That's how you gotta do it, man.
You do one every day?
Every day.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Huh?
Every weekday.
Every week, dude. You gotta say that part. Every day. It's every day. It doesn't matter.
Well, see, my brain is very like concrete
Monday
thinking,
to Friday.
so I don't like when people slightly exaggerate or they're like, oh yeah, it was about 5:45. Like, no, dude, it was 5:47, and this is what
No,
it is.
it's every day.
I know. I wish I wasn't that way, but that's
So you've only been doing it like a year and change then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, about a year and a half. Did you tell the Priscilla story? Okay.
last time we did.
Yeah. Did you? I know you're not gonna ever watch the episode. Did you? Did you? I wanted to get your take on that.
Well, she was there.
On what?
On
Your friend Chris.
Oh.
That's so good.
So I've known him for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you the whole
Yeah.
story?
Yeah.
So I've known him for like 10 years. He slid into my DMs
Yeah, he
on
did.
Twitter, and then I went to one of his shows. I was supposed to hang out with him, and he said I flaked on him,
Uh huh.
and I didn't hang out with him. I sent him one butt picture. It
Nice.
wasn't a nude, because he sent me a dick pic. I'm like, okay, whatever. I was drunk.
Wait,
See, you
hang
could
on.
never
By the
tell
way,
that part of the story.
I did tell that part of the
so
story.
Hang on, I want to be
anyways,
clear. Did you say foot or butt?
but
Okay.
I don't think he might be
He
he's
might
a
be.
weird guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, years go by. We like talked, bantered, but it was friendly. It wasn't anything sexual or weird. And he was coming here, so I said, let's go to the show. I didn't bring him up because I know he's a little bitch.
What?
And as
Yo,
soon as
Ralph.
I did, he freaked out and was like, don't come, block my number, blah blah blah, lose my number, and there was just drama. So then we get there, we go to the show, we're dead, like
So
front and
the
center.
reason we were still there because he was supposed to get us into the show because she knows him. And
Yeah.
she,
He was gonna get me in, and my
Yeah.
plus
She
one.
didn't know. Okay.
but she
He didn't
never
know
told him about me until last minute. So
He
now he's
told
like,
me
get
to
the
tell
fuck
him. I
into
wasn't
it.
gonna say anything. He
Yeah.
got there.
Right. So then, lucky
So
for us,
because you were gonna be there, he didn't want her there.
right?
He
Isn't that
freaked out
fucking
like a little
stupid?
boy with a tantrum.
And
But
the
you guys
only,
aren't even dating, are you?
yeah, but no, them two, no,
No.
No, I'm saying you two.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
You're dating?
he
Okay.
didn't
But
know
he didn't know you had
about
a
me.
boyfriend.
Okay.
He assumed that she
And
was
he didn't know
coming.
your boyfriend looked like that. He said, he'd be like, hey.
So the only reason
So
we
wait a minute, hang on. You sent a butt picture and you have a boyfriend?
this was
Before.
a decade.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, this was a decade ago.
Yeah.
But the reason we were still able to go to the show is because a friend of mine, unrelated to all this, happens to be like, "Hey, dude, I bought these 2 front row seat tickets.
Oh,
and
he
I
didn't give you
can't-
the front row.
and I
You
can't
already
go."
had 'em. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So do you want these tickets? I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's still go."
God damn.
So we ended up going.
That's hilarious.
And on our way there, he sends me another email. He goes, "Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention these tickets come with a meet and greet for after the show." So yeah,
Well, and then he is drunk, and so he goes up there saying, "Yo, man, sorry about her. What did you say?"
I was just so
You didn't say that
You
part.
brought it up. Why
No,
did you bring it
that
up?
was
Yo.
no. I was
He didn't see it.
I was so like out of the zone
Yo.
that I went to greet him. I was like, "What the fuck am I going to tell this guy?" And he's already mad at me. I'm like, "What is he already mad about? Does he know? Does he know?" No, I just missed his fist bump signal, so I left him hanging. He's like, "Dude, way to leave me hanging." So now I'm already like
Oh my god, he's
out of whack with this dude.
he's getting blue balls 3 ways.
Yeah, for both sides. Yo,
You can't get a
man.
fist bump. You can't.
So then I turn to get this picture for the meet and greet, and then as soon as I take the picture, I'm just giving him a big hug. I'm like, "Dude, I'm sorry." It's like, "For what?" And then he turns and sees her, and then he just
He
beelines
turns
it out.
red, and he instantly, you could just
He's
see
hot.
his face, he's pissed, and
He's
he turns
pissed.
and starts walking.
Fuck.
Just dipped.
And he tries to call him to say something, and the guy like really, bro?
How did he call him?
Well, I was like,
Hey,
"Hey,"
man, or
Yeah.
something.
because I wanted to talk sneakers with him. I wanted to talk comedy.
Yeah,
Like,
We're not done yet.
like, I
I'm
came
like, why
all
did
the
you
fuck
mention
up here.
me?
You know?
It's like,
Oh,
don't worry about
shit.
her. Let's talk about these Air Force
Air
Ones.
Force Ones. You like the Yeezys.
Yeah, I had so much to talk to him about.
But yeah, he stormed off. It was
Yeah,
Fuck.
it was a good time.
it was bad.
Fuck. That's good. That made my day. You look like his audience. You ever see his fan base? Like it's like Girls and Feathers. Like I went to one of his concerts, and I was like, how do you target an audience like that?
Honestly, I think his big
You look
blow
like
up-
that.
Huh?
Like you look like Chris D'Elia.
Who? Oh, you look okay. Well, yeah,
That's how you wind up
yeah.
getting that audience. And then you're on Whitney.
I think it's just right. Yeah,
He
I
got a
don't
show.
know that show really helped his career much because it was canceled within like
A little
a
bit.
very short
Right.
time.
I mean, it helped him get
It
that
was a stepping
audience.
stone.
It was good.
But who was really watching the show?
He did hit Dateable was decent.
I'm sure that helped a little bit. But when I first heard about him through his YouTube clips that went viral with him, talking about Drake on stage, doing Drake impressions. I think that was the biggest thing.
He's funny.
And then Justin Bieber was a big fan of his, maybe even from that. So then and he's LA based, so that turns into Justin Bieber's crowd knows about him, and then I feel like that just all kind of funneled and carried him.
Yeah,
he did the Bieber roast. So I think those are the big things. But I don't know him that well. Wanted to, but
going forever.
Yeah.
Going forever.
Well, I mean, I
was
just
gonna blame her, but
so
you.
cringy, though, when he said that, I just looked at him like really fast. I'm sorry.
No, he's pissed now.
I mean,
I know. It was like showstopper, but I'm done.
Well, I figured if I could
fuck.
just come ahead of it and be like, dude, listen, this wasn't my idea.
No, it's over.
I'm not
There's
responsible.
no coming back.
I just want to. Can we just do this?
You're dead to me forever.
So dumb. But I just see him in a different
Now
light.
you just
so
gotta be
like,
you just gotta be funnier. That's
I know.
You gotta destroy it.
Yeah, I gotta
that's
get
the only way.
there. Yeah.
Yep, you're gonna get there.
So see you in the decade, Chris.
Amazing.
See how this goes.
Nope. We gotta close this out. Was that everything? Your podcast.
It's your podcast.
Are you still filming it?
Yeah, I'm still filming it. I just started editing the Monday episode. I got a bunch of episodes from Tuesday. Wednesday we did a couple yesterday, and then today I don't think I have any planned. But
Is that weekly or?
It's just whenever I can make time for it. So if a comic tells me they have time to come through, I'll work around your schedule to film it, and then get to it when I get to it. As far as the editing goes, I did. I told him. Come on. So
I'm coming.
tell me your schedule. I'll fit you in.
Where do you record it?
At my place.
Oh shit! I don't think I'm ready for that. Ready? See the castle? No. I just hate myself more. Yeah. I'm like, no, it's not fair. Where can they find you online?
So Twitter, Stephen H Comic, How Die Alone Podcast, pretty much everywhere.
Cool. Instagram.
Instagram. I need a better handle. It's Stephen.Henry.comedy with a PH.
A lot of dots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that.
It's awful.
Twitter.
Awful. Yeah, Twitter. It's Stephen H Comic.
Stephen H Comic. Website.
Don't have
Boo.
the How to Die Alone one.
Boo.
That's it.
HowToDieAlone.com.
HowDieAlone.podbean.com. I need to invest.
Yeah, you do. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to motivate.
Stephen.H.comedy?
Stephen.Henry.comedy on Instagram. I definitely need to change that because it is awful.
What you got? I am also on Instagram, Dr. Souls 11. Same with YouTube. And
No, that was so simple.
See that?
Well,
no dots.
I gave it a little bit of thought before I entered it into the thing, but because I'm reading from a lot of people, you don't want to incorporate comedy into your handle for some reason. I don't know what the thinking is behind that. Yeah. Maybe just because it's like pigeonholes you as this. Tell us a joke. Comedy. So just in case I end up not ever being funny enough, I could be like, well, I never.
Somebody has Jim Peoples on Twitter and they don't even post. They just have the name, 0 followers, 0 nothing.
You should go bully him.
Yeah, I'm gonna find him. I got it on everything else. That's the only one I was angry about. What's your website?
www.youtube.com/Dr. Souls 11
podcast.
It's also on the YouTube channel only. Once I've got enough episodes and I know how to get it on iTunes, I will do that, or podcast app, or whatever, Spotify, all that other stuff. SoundCloud.
You can do anyone, but Spreaker. Post it across the board. Yeah, Spreaker.com.
Spreager.
Yeah, you can post all across on everything.
It's speaker with an R in the
Speaker
middle.
with an R. And it's the biggest one overseas as well.
Got it.
Give it up for them. Got an audience, got a dog. It's another episode of The People's Mic. I'm Jim Peoples. You can find it on iHeartRadio, Spotify, JimPeoples.com. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, J Peoples TV. We're here every day, Monday to Friday, at the world famous Honest Drunken Head. If you're a comic, you're in town, just come say you're in town and you jump on the podcast. We'd love to have you every day at 2:15, followed by the open mic, The People's Mic at 3 o'clock. And we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.